It had been 2 long, exhausting days of nonstop work. My feet throbbed with every step, my back ached from hours of standing, and my eyes burned from staring at spreadsheets under harsh office lights. All I wanted was to collapse into bed, pull the covers over my head, and sleep for a week straight. The drive home felt endless, the highway lights blurring past as midnight crept closer. But as I finally pulled into the driveway, something caught my eye. The living room lights were still glowing softly through the curtains. Strange. Jacob, my 14-year-old stepson, was supposed to be fast asleep by now. He was always so responsible, so quiet and mature for his age, never one to break the rules. I turned off the engine, grabbed my heavy work bag, and stepped inside as quietly as I could, the cool night air following me through the door. The house smelled faintly of vanilla and something freshly baked, warm and welcoming. I dropped my bag by the entrance with a soft thud and walked into the dimly lit living room. And there he was, Jacob, sitting on the edge of the couch in his favorite blue pajamas, his messy brown hair slightly tousled like he'd been waiting a while. He looked up at me with those big, serious eyes that always seemed older than his years, a small, nervous but hopeful smile lighting up his face. "Jacob? Sweetheart, why are you still up so late?" I asked, my voice tired but gentle, kicking off my shoes and rubbing the back of my neck. He stood up slowly, fidgeting with the hem of his pajama shirt, that shy smile growing just a little wider. I had something waiting for you, Mom," he said softly, his voice cracking just a tiny bit from the late hour. On the coffee table sat a simple wooden tray he must have prepared himself, a cup of tea still steaming gently, a small plate of chocolate chip cookies that looked homemade, a little uneven but clearly made with care, and a folded handwritten note in his neat handwriting that read, "Welcome home. You work too hard. Love, Jacob." My heart completely melted right there in the quiet room. After 2 days of endless meetings and stress, this small gesture felt like the warmest hug I could imagine. I sank down onto the couch beside him, too exhausted to hide how deeply touched I was. "You didn't have to do all this," I whispered, my eyes stinging with sudden emotion as I pulled him into a gentle hug. He smelled like the familiar soap we both used, clean and comforting, and his small frame felt warm and solid against me. "This is the sweetest thing anyone's done for me in a long time." He hesitated for just a second, then leaned fully into the hug, his arms wrapping around my waist. "You always take care of me, even when you're so tired from work," he murmured against my shoulder. "I just wanted to take care of you for once. I stayed up because I wanted to see your face when you got home." We sat there together in the quiet house, the only sounds being the soft tick of the wall clock and the faint hum of the fridge in the kitchen. I sipped the still warm tea, perfectly sweetened just the way I liked it, while we talked softly about nothing and everything. His day at school, the silly video he watched, how the neighbor's dog barked at the mailman. But as I held him close, I could feel the subtle tension in his small shoulders, the way he kept shifting like something was weighing on his mind. "It's okay," I said gently after a while, brushing his messy hair back from his forehead with my fingers. "You can tell me anything, Jacob. You know that, right? No matter how late it is." He looked down at his hands for a long moment, then whispered so quietly I almost missed it. "I missed you. A lot. Anne, I'm scared sometimes when you're gone so long. The house feels too big and empty without you here." My chest tightened with that familiar protective rush, the kind that made me want to shield him from the whole world. I wrapped my arms around him even tighter, pulling him closer so his head rested against my chest. "I'm here now," I whispered into his hair, my voice thick with emotion. "And I'm not going anywhere tonight. You're safe, Jacob. Always. I promise I'll try to be home more. Okay? We'll figure this out together." We stayed like that for a long, peaceful time, the tea slowly going cold on the table, his breathing finally steadying and deepening against me as the exhaustion of waiting caught up with him. The house was quiet again, the lights dim and warm around us. But deep down in my tired heart, I knew this simple midnight moment had changed something between us, something gentle, something deeper, something that made the air feel just a little different. And as I sat there holding my sweet boy, I couldn't help but wonder what tomorrow would bring, and how much closer we might grow in the days ahead.